this is Harry, and this is the question and answer section of my New Zealand video. Unfortunately, I already left New Zealand and could not finish this video in New Zealand. So instead, I want to finish it in Hong Kong. The place that you're looking at now is the flower market in Hong Kong. This is where I'm going to answer the question for New Zealand. So first, I want to say thank you to all my friends and family who provided feedback for my website and videos. I know it was a lot to look through. The content was very heavy, and the videos are very, very long and boring. But it was very helpful because I got a lot of good feedback. The biggest thing that I heard was that the videos were a little long, content heavy, and it was quite boring to watch me talk the entire time. So I'm going to try to make the videos more engaging moving forward. So starting with the question and answer section, I'm going to try to take you to 3 different locations while I answer 3 different questions. So let's begin. The first question is from my friend Rachel Gurr, and she asked me, what is the one thing that I learned from New Zealand that I want to bring with me moving forward? And my answer to that question would be community. Now, this isn't just specific to New Zealand, but I would say it was highlighted to me in New Zealand through my experiences. So I found a really great community through Move Space, which is a co-working space that Kieran, the person who I interviewed, started. Now, it was great because I was able to see how a group of supportive, creative, innovative people can help empower and push you through your pursuit of something that you love. Because I feel like no matter who you are, no matter how successful you are or smart you are, there's always going to be doubts in your journey, and community is important because it helps steer you back in the right direction. And if you look at the impact section of my post, you'll see that I actually added community to the list of variables that help empower one to find what it is that they love and share with the world through the life work. So moving forward, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ensure that it is one of the variables that I work towards, or one of the variables that are necessary to enable people to find what it is that they love and share with the world through life work. So community. Thank you for listening. Let's jump to the next question. Hi, this is the Bird District of Hong Kong, and here I will answer the second question. So the second question is from someone who I admire, and her name is Betsy Diaz, and her question was, what is the biggest obstacle I have faced on my trip so far? And I think this is a really good question because I mainly show the highlights, but during the process there are actually a lot of obstacles. So I would say the biggest obstacle I faced so far is in time management. And what I mean by this is balancing between working on the project and also experiencing the actual location. Right now, I would say perhaps 40% of the time I'm editing and digitally working on the project. The other 40% I'm probably working on the project in terms of meeting people, filming people, interviewing people. And the other 20% I'm spending experiencing the location. So going to see the things I want to see, going to eat the things I want to eat, and doing the touristy things. So one example of this is in Auckland, where I only had 1 month there. I knew it was going to be short. So I had to decide whether or not I wanted to take 1 week and visit the fjords in southern New Zealand, which are gorgeous, because I love nature and I love hiking. Or should I stay in Auckland the entire time and work on my project? I would say that was a really difficult decision because I really wanted to see nature, but I still decided to stay in Auckland for the entire time because I knew that filming and editing and meeting people would take a long time. And it did. I actually struggled to finish the videos, and in fact, working to finish the last video now. So yeah, I would say that has been the biggest obstacle that I faced so far. So let's jump to the third question. Hey, this is Harry, and this is the ladies' market of Hong Kong. And this is where I'm going to answer the third question. So the third question is from my friend Daniel Lundi, and his question was, what type of things did I do in New Zealand? And relating back to the previous question, I mentioned that I split up my time between 40% of working on the project digitally, 40% of the time working on my project out there trying to get the content, and then 20% of the time actually trying to experience the location. So with the 40% of the time spent on working on the project digitally, I was working on editing the posts that I wanted to post before I published the website. I was working on editing the pictures and the videos from Peru. The other 40% of the time working on the project non-digitally, I was trying to look for ways to meet as many people as possible. So that was going to meetups, I mentioned that earlier, and meeting people through meetups, and then from meeting people, meeting their friends and more people to just try to get perspective from everyone. So through that process, I was actually able to find the co-working space, which opened the doors to a lot more places, where I eventually met 2 people from the city council that I was able to talk with and learn more about the quality of life there. The last 20% of the time, which was enjoying the different areas and things I wanted to do in New Zealand, I spent going to the Black Sand Beach was one. I went around with some friends for a photography day. That was really fun. And I spent the other times enjoying the events at the co-working space. So they held a lot of cool events like live music gigs. I love live music, and just spending some nights there just chilling and listening to live music with like people that you enjoy being with was amazing. They held some very interesting workshops as well. Since the co-working space is quite new, they were experimenting with what type of events they wanted to hold. So they held inspirational talks as well from really cool people with really cool backgrounds. And they also held events like inner child healing, which is more on the spiritual side, but was really interesting to learn more about. So yeah, that's how I spent my time in New Zealand. Hope you enjoyed this video and the New Zealand series. Hope to hear from you soon with more feedback. Thank you. Bye.